El Camino Health will be celebrating its 60th anniversary on September 1st, 2021. And Supervisor Joe Simidian has joined me in congratulating El Camino Health on this milestone. Dan Woods, the CEO of El Camino Health, and the staff, John Cohen, the Senior Director of Government Relations and Community Partnerships, are joining us today. In the mid-1950s, when orchards and fields in the Los Altos and Mountain View area were quickly turning into suburbs and commercial enclaves, a group of physicians and concerned citizens banded together to establish a much-needed community hospital. The few existing local hospitals were at capacity. Hospitals to the north and south were severely overcrowded. The best and the fairest way, they decided, was to form a hospital district and levy a tax so the cost would be shared among the population of the entire area. Bringing that vision to life, El Camino Health opened its doors 60 years ago with a mission to heal, relieve suffering, and advance wellness in our community. Today, as nationally recognized doctors and care teams are committed to providing the highest quality, personalized care designed around patients' unique health needs. In the last 6 decades, El Camino Health has grown to include 2 nonprofit acute care hospitals in Mountain View and Los Gatos, urgent care, multi-specialty care, and primary care locations across Santa Clara County, ensuring the full continuum of care for its patients. The unique part is that the El Camino Hospital Board of Directors tracks compliance issues, makes policy decisions, and monitors the organization's management to make sure policy decisions are carried out in a way that aligns with El Camino Health's mission. And would Supervisor Simidian, would you like to add some comments before we present the board's commendation, please?
Only to say thank you, Supervisor Lee, for leading in this effort, and thank you to El Camino for all of their good works that benefit the folks that Supervisor Lee and I represent. I would like to just note, when I came back on the board in 2013, I discovered immediately how essential the work of El Camino was in our area. We talk often about our, quote, healthcare partners out in the community. That's a phrase that is perhaps bandied about a bit casually, but as I see the CEO, Dan Woods, here and members of his team in the meeting on the call, I want to say that the phrase healthcare partners really does describe the working relationship that we have with El Camino. It seems as if every time we've had a need or a challenge in the community, we've been able to turn to El Camino. Going back to the AED, the defibrillator work that Supervisor Chavez and I were involved on, the Aspire mental health program for teens who needed that kind of mental health service, really a unique first in the state kind of proposition. Worked with the Better Health Pharmacy to make sure that medications were available to people of modest means. And of course, throughout the pandemic, when others had to be cajoled or extorted to, exhorted, just to be clear about that word, exhorted to step up on testing, El Camino was right there from day one, said, we'll commit the resources and we accept that responsibility. And of course, they've been a healthcare partner with us throughout the pandemic and the challenging times. So a personal thanks, a thanks on behalf of the folks that we represent, and congratulations. Looking forward to many, many, many more good years and opportunities for partnership. Thank you, Supervisor Lee, for allowing me to join you in this celebration and commendation.
Thank you, Supervisor Simidian. Before I read out the few paragraphs, I just want to add a personal note. So El Camino Health has actually delivered all 3 of my daughters, and they are all now 16, 13, and 10 years old. And certainly I have experienced it 3 times in the hospital, and every single time the services was absolutely excellent. So I'm just very honored to be able to help present this proclamation today. Reading a couple of the sentences from our commendation here. Whereas El Camino Health is known for patient safety excellence, earning 5 stars from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, an A grade from the Leapfrog Group, the Health Grade's Outstanding Patient Experience Award, and spots on the Newsweek's Best Maternity Care Hospitals, and IMB Watson Health 100 Top Hospitals in 2021. And whereas September 1st, 2021 will mark the 60th anniversary of El Camino Health. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors does hereby recognize and congratulate El Camino Health on the occasion of the 60th anniversary and for its incredible dedication and service to improving the quality of life for the residents in Santa Clara County. So once again, congratulations and thank you, Dan, and your team for playing an essential role in our county. Our staff will deliver the board commendation to your team this week. Dan, would you want to say a few words?
Thank you very much. And first of all, I would like to say that I am very humbled to be in the presence of the previous proclamations, quite frankly, with regards to humanity. So being in that presence truly is humbling. I especially wanted to acknowledge and thank Supervisors Otto Lee and Joe Simidian for co-sponsoring the Commendation for El Camino 60th birthday. And I also want to acknowledge and recognize the full board of supervisors for this commendation and recognition as well. You know, 60 years ago in 1961, there were, like you said, a bunch of apricot orchards here, and we gave birth to a new hospital. And so then and today, our mission is to heal, relieve suffering, and advance the wellness in our community. Today, I would say that El Camino is locally, regionally, and quite honestly, nationally recognized as a healthcare provider. And I want to believe that our people trust their provider when they come for healthcare at El Camino. Looking forward, the comments made earlier, we absolutely are desirous of continuing the outstanding high quality of service that our patients and community residents that can trust and believe in when they walk across our threshold. Today, this award and this plaque, I think is a reflection of those that have gone before. And although I'm here today, it's all of the tireless efforts. And I want to acknowledge, and on behalf of our physicians, our nurses, and exceptional employees, thank you for taking the time to celebrate our anniversary. And if I can ad lib just a little bit more, over the past few weeks, I've talked to 100 CEOs or colleagues across the US and how we are fighting this pandemic. We are very lucky to live in the county that we live in with the level of collaboration of the providers, and that wouldn't happen without the leadership of the Board of Supervisors. And that's where it starts, and that's where I just want to acknowledge your leadership and thanking us today, as well as helping lead the fight against this pandemic. It's truly an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dan, I'd like to add in, I don't want to cut you off, Supervisor Lee. I just had an additional comment I wanted to pass Dan's way. I go back about 20 years with El Camino, especially here in Los Gatos, and their whole application with staying as a hospital and the demolition and the ribbon cutting and all that El Camino has done. And I know we're talking Sunnyvale, Mountain View area but I'll call the mothership. But going through, El Camino has an enormous presence in Los Gatos, in my district as well. And what you have done for the people of Los Gatos and the way the people of Los Gatos speak about your personnel, your doctors, your entire program. And I would be remiss not to mention the emergency brain surgery on my mother that saved her life. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your entire organization and all your personnel and all you've done and all you continue to do. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting us.
Gotcha. All right, Supervisors Lee and Simidian, thank you very much for that.